What's up, Mox? Happy Tuesday. Today is squat day, right? So everything that we have going on today is going to, in some way, focus on squats. It all starts with our stop, drop, and X for the day. That is going to be air squats this week. Today, sorry, my mind's going places. What it is, right? Really simple. Every 2 hours, we're gonna do it 5 times. You're just gonna do 30 air squats, right? So at some point, just get up, hit 30 reps, go back to your life. 2 hours later, same thing again, okay? Since we have so many reps and since they're kind of distributed out, this is a great time for us to hopefully kind of refine our mechanics a little bit. So if you find that maybe perhaps, you tend to squat with your chest just inclined forward towards the ground a little bit, instead of just doing 30 standard air squats, maybe do your first 10 reps right up against the wall with your hands overhead to really require that upright torso position. And then after you've done those 10 reps to kind of feel that movement out a little bit, take a step back from the wall and do your last 20 reps, just a normal air squat, but try to keep your chest a little bit more upright than maybe it was before, okay? Try that throughout the day and hopefully you'll see that kind of continuous improvement as you go through, all right? But we don't just have our stop, drop, and squat. We also have mobility work that's very focused on squatting. We've got 3 minutes of calf stretch on each side, plus some weighted ankle dorsiflexion work that's hopefully going to improve how our knees track whenever we're actually doing our air squats. There's a video linked on HomeWOD by Squat University. I would definitely recommend that you check that out, both for the mobility tomorrow, but also hopefully just for some additional education on how we can continue to improve how we squat and how kind of our knees track particularly, okay? But our main piece of the day also focuses on squatting. It's called Thunderstruck, and it's kind of a 2-part workout similar to what we had last week, all right? The workout, we have 1 round. It's gonna be 50 double unders, 25 dumbbell goblet thrusters, 50 double unders, and then 20 single arm dumbbell squat cleans. We're gonna swap every 5 reps, 50 double unders again, and then we finish with 25 just regular goblet squats. We're gonna rest 5 minutes after we do that 1 round, and then we're gonna repeat that round for a second time, all right? Your score is gonna be the sum total of those 2 rounds. We're gonna ignore the 5-minute rest, okay? So with the workout today, it is obviously super squat focused, but I wanna use a slightly different test to determine if we're squatting and moving well in it, all right? I know for myself, whenever there's a workout that has a lot of jumping and potentially paired with squatting as well, my feet sometimes will kind of start getting that deep burn, and that becomes a huge limiter in my ability to kind of continue to move in the workout, all right? And I think that there are 2 reasons that happens. One is related to jumping and one is related to squatting. The jumping, the reason that our feet will kind of light up sometimes when we're jumping is that we'll stay on our toes the whole time instead of letting our feet kind of relax, letting our heels just barely touch the ground at the bottom and use the stretch reflex of our calves and Achilles to generate kind of the momentum to come back up, right? So it's easy if we're kind of stressed out about double unders, we're just trying to jump high, that maybe that we keep our feet pointed and we're just loading our calves, our Achilles, our feet excessively by not letting our heels come back down to the ground, all right? That can be one reason that this happens. So kind of to hopefully help counteract that, let's start off tomorrow with maybe like 100 single unders, just trying to really focus on jumping mechanics, keeping our feet relaxed, and making sure our heels are tapping the ground just barely at the bottom of each rep, okay? And then hopefully as we transition into double unders, that motor pattern is gonna stay in place, all right? The other reason that this will happen is that whenever we squat, especially if we're doing something like a thruster where we're trying to finish with that aggressive hip extension to drive our weight overhead, we'll start shifting to our toes early so that instead of staying to our heels until our hips and then going to our toes, right? We'll start shifting to our toes kind of here, right? When we're still in that partial squat position, and that's just gonna do the same exact thing as staying on our toes when we jump. It's gonna put a lot of additional strain on our calves and on our feet, okay? So let's really just be deliberate here. Whenever we're warming up, whenever we're doing air squats or stop, dropping a squat, or anything else, be deliberate about staying back through your heels, really groove that motor pattern before the 3, 2, 1 go. And then as you go throughout, especially on the thrusters, but on the other movements as well, focus on staying back on your heels and making sure that your whole foot is in contact with the ground. Hopefully focusing on those 2 things will kind of keep your feet feeling a little bit fresher throughout, and you'll feel like when you got done, maybe you could do a whole nother 3rd round, right? That might be a little bit optimistic, though, not sure. But anyway, guys, besides that, we also have weightlifting, but there's a whole separate video on that you can check out on Instagram. Hope you guys enjoy it, and hope you guys enjoy your training for the day. I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Enjoy.